going on, family? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm actually really feeling like that, Feeling pretty good, that I'm feeling really great right now. Just wanted to come back. It was buffering real bad. Maybe want to switch the topic or something like that. All right, just want to make sure y'all come up in here. Yo, when y'all come up inside, y'all get them likes up. Get them likes up. Just make sure you like, share, and subscribe when you come inside of the chat. But if it keeps on buffering bad, then I might have to come to y'all at a later time, especially up on that left. But this is what it's all about. Hey, yeah, y'all like get the likes up, y'all. Hey, Stacy Johnson, what's going on? I see y'all back up. Get the likes up. Like the video out here. It's good to see y'all back up in the chat for real. We're seeing like people keep dropping off in the chat for real. Hey, Dolly, I'm back. What's going on? What's going on? Appreciate it. Yeah, fam. Hey, my reader. Yeah, like I said, it seems like artificial intelligence, stuff like that. Um, it's really, it's really heating up on us, man. It's taking a major toll on us because, our seeing something where, the heat is so strong, it's messing with the power grids. The heat, it is heat coming to the torrent. They talking about it's so daggone hot to where, the power grid is literally being messed with. You know what I'm saying? It can really mess up with the power grid. Hey, Sharon Lindsay, you feel me? And that's another reason why I'm so concerned about technology because, what if, what I'm saying, like technology really shuts down, because the heat is already so hot right now, it's messing with the power grid. So what's going to happen if, the power goes down and the technology goes down and stuff like that, how are people going to react and respond if they don't have no ways and means without dealing with technology and stuff like that? Hey, Sister Iman, you feel me? I haven't seen that. I've literally seen how certain people go crazy if they lose their cell phone. Don't get me wrong, we all get upset. You feel me? And it's crazy because I'm seeing how, the more technologically sound we get, the more dumber we get. We get it more dumber, and it seems like, we are becoming more and more obsolete. Like I told everybody, man, like I'm literally seeing a couple of minutes ago, yes, a robot kitchen. So whereas though you can literally have it hooked up to your, to your smartphone. Hey, find it, Yashra, plug it up to your daggone smartphone, and the robot can literally operate like a chef. The robot got movements and has arms and movements like an actual chef, and you can program it to the point where the robot can know the recipe, and once you punch it in, the robot will start cooking and cleaning the meal for you. Once the robot is done cooking, the robot cleans up after itself. Literally, when I saw that, I said, "Oh my gosh!" They literally in other places, another country where the robots are working in a pizza shop to the point where the robots will need a replacement. Because it seemed like, we are really on the crash course, with Matrix was all about. John Connor coming back as the savior, fighting for God's children, which is humans, against man children. Look at the Matrix, look at our robot, look at Transformers, look at the movie Chappie. You feel me? How they can literally use robot with Will Smith. They've been showing us this for the longest time. Artificial intelligence with the little boy. Yes. Short circuit. You feel me? They have been showing us this for the long time. They even got the sex robots out there. They got robots. They working over there right about now to where they can they are developing robots to where they getting skin on them. Exactly, sound mathematics jump. It is making us lazy. Technology is making us lazy, and then before you know it, then of course look at the drones. Before you know it, they're going to be having drones doing deliveries, and then of course, when I saw the same robot that was shooting guns, it can drive a truck. They literally got trucks that can drive themselves. That was in the Transformers, which means it could be driven by You know what I mean? A human being, if not, it can be programmed. They are using us to program them to do our job. Over there in San Francisco, people don't can't even work in the toll booths anymore. They got robots over there. That's in the big area, and that's been over there for like the last couple of years. And people don't even see that we are see now they want to buffer and actually want to go from this book and stuff like that. You know, I actually want to go in like chapter 15 right here on the crash course with audience. I actually want to read a bit, you know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly seem like we're on. I mean, look at this right here. I mean, look at the image. You know, if you really take a look at it, man, it's like, you know, it's like we are losing the human connection. We are losing human skills. It's almost going to be to the point where our human skills are not even going to be used anymore. To the point where it's going to be making us lazy and even lazier. You know, that's what it seemed like. You know, what is happening. You know, I mean, all you got to do is take a look around you. You know, even look at the Apple phone, you know what I'm saying, with the phone that can talk. That was on a Dick Tracy movie. Dick Tracy had a phone so where he can talk in it. They had a talking phone in the Dick Tracy movie. Hey, Keith Williams, you feel me? I'm dead ass. Go back and look. They been showed it back in 1990 in the movie. I think that the movie took place in the 50s, but come on. Look at that. You feel me? Thank you, Steve on. Yeah, they showed him in the movie. He can talk literally. And his phone can play music and he can get the news in it. So guess what? They've been showed that in the movie back then. You know, they said your body is a perfect biocomputer filled with the knowledge and information codes of all creation. Nothing can exceed its potential. No artificial intelligence can supplant it. Although you may believe computers and high technology can outprocess the human being, it is not true. Your biological, your biological being computes so breathtakingly infinite data that determines the process required just to move a finger that it would stagger your imagination if you ever gave it much thought. But of course, you take it as given and rarely, if ever, contemplate the extraordinary intelligence and the spiritual nature of spiritual nature of every cell of your body. They chose one of the what's going on. Yes, computers can process complex information that appears to be superior to your own innate mental capabilities, but that is due to the simple fact that you are still not operating all of your DNA light streams. Like an old-fashioned switchboard, several connections that rush information and stimuli through your neutral networks are unplugged, and you are operating only in a minute portion of your brain. You are being programmed to use even less until such time as you have been made completely irrelevant by the takeover of artificial intelligence. Didn't I say that? The more technologically sound we get, the more dumb we get. You know, let me turn the head back because I'm about to get deep. I'm seeing it. I hope some of y'all are seeing it. Yeah. And they said, as we have described previously, most of the humans is operating in one less 10% of this DNA information, holding a species instinctive animal behaviors of fear and survival consciousness. Unfortunately, for reasons that involve control mechanisms put in place by the ruling elite, as well as the additional 90% is eruptive to impede us from your own mind. It is coded into every human being and it serves all a purpose, reconnecting you to your galactic knowledge and multidimensional wisdom. It is the gateway to simultaneous lives, what they refer to as quote unquote gray matter in the brain, and it is corresponding disabled DNA, which they still refer to as quote unquote junk within you, which they call junk DNA within you. They have nonetheless have been collecting from you in DNA banks and in covert experiment on the buffer. Oh yeah, we're sending out positive energy to protect. Bobby Hemmett talked about this. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, this precious junk is being taken from you, sweeping government and now alien abduction programs that have been actively to program artificial intelligence. For its partnering, for its partnering alien technicians, it is essential to the creation of hybrid races. Hey, Deborah Ticey. Hey, beautiful sunrise and sunsets. In these coming years, hold on, let me pick up the book. In these coming years, you will be witness to and participant in the awakening of the complex DNA matrix in vast numbers of human beings rather than only a select few who have achieved partial activation of these dormant threads and who were born with DNA illuminated, born with more DNA illuminated. However, you must understand how quickly you as individuals and as societies rise above the ego-centered me, you, us, them consciousness will determine how rapidly the codes of knowing will realign, regroup, and rebundle within you. You may not be the original creator of your biocomputer, but you were designed to be its programmer and, to a very large extent, to serve as this extended repair team. Although it's created designed to be self-repairing, you determine how effectively it works to achieve states of greater awareness, peace, and understanding of the greater universe. You determine its health, efficiency, and balance as much as possible within the framework of a declining environment. This electromagnetic biological unit, which you know as quote unquote self, is capable of extraordinary computations, mostly occurring at the subconscious level. Just maintaining your body is such a monumental feat that you cannot imagine it. The millions of computations, instructions, and visualizations occurring simultaneously are utterly unfathomable to you at the conscious level. But your DNA, the intelligent architect, knows at the they said knows exactly how to create what is necessary for the proper function of all aspects of human being on planet Earth. They said the quote unquote junk DNA, or rather, the 10 complex strands of information that has been scattered within you, knows how to attune you to any place, any vibration, and any frequency in the multiverse. It holds all the keys to longevity if you choose to remain in your present body. It holds the frequency of other dimensions and parallel worlds too. You can understand why the ruling elite of Earth intend upon ownership of the planet and subjugation of the planet, do everything possible to assure that you never regain access to that extraordinary information within you waiting to be rekindled. They said if they can keep you in the duality of two strands of DNA locked in and rebuild human DNA for their robotic creations, then they believe they will successively destroy humanity and replace it with their monstrous creatures of artificial intelligence. Are y'all listen to what I'm saying? Are y'all listen to what I'm saying? This is getting deep. Are y'all listening? Get the likes up. Exactly, Deborah Ticey. I'm saying the same thing. Like, this is making sense. This is why they gotta have us distracted, thinking at a lower level. The more that I'm reading, the more I'm starting to understand and overstand. Like, oh, the Autodon, the AI designers who have humanity careening toward a world of robotic machines, beings, insects, and programmed synthetic flora, and are today more than ever before actively programming you to see your world as a distorted, dystopian environment where the human being is no longer capable of creating beauty, harmony, and happiness. Didn't I say that? It is taking away the human connection. It is taking away the human experience. You know, I'm gonna stop for a minute. You know what is taking away the human experience from us? The creation and harmony and beauty? Social media. Social media has taken away the beauty and the art and the creation of meeting one another physically. Like I remember the time when social media got real big. Don't get me wrong, it was great to reconnect with all of your friends, your family, your loved ones you haven't seen in years in school or people, you know what I mean, you wanted to reconnect with. Yeah, but it really began, you know what I mean, to the book that I'm reading is called by Patricia Corey, New Syrian Revelations. You see that right there? In the chapter that I'm on right about now is on the crash course with artificial intelligence. Yes. And it is really out of control. And if you really take a look at it, it was like I've noticed like when I wanted to be in contact with people, even when I see them in person, like, yo, is there any way I can call you? Or hit me on Facebook. And I've been looking at it, I'm like, what do you mean hit me on Facebook? Well, I mean, that's great. We can be in contact on Facebook, but it's like, what about the conversation over the phone? And it seemed like, and I remember this as well. See, here's what, I'm going to name three things that advanced that made us decline. Cell phones, social media, and dating apps. Cell phones, social media, and dating apps have killed the human connection. It has literally destroyed the human connection. Even in out in the public. I've seen people on dates with each other at the table on their phones. Didn't right. I'll be looking at them like, yo, what is the purpose? You could have stayed home. You're gonna pay for a meal just to be on your phone next to your date? For what? That is killing the human connection. You feel me? You know what I mean? Just like, you know what I mean? I'm talking about not even talking to one another. And my thing is, who you talking to? You supposed to be face to face with one another. If I'm on a date with a woman, my phone is on vibrate and my phone is in my pocket. I don't want to look at social media. I want to look at you in your eyes. I want to talk to you. Just like one girl recently was like, why are you all in my face? I'm looking at you. Don't you want me to look at you in your eyes and talk to you? I'm not looking at no social media. I don't even feel comfortable looking at my phone when a woman is talking to me. You feel me? Now I might tell her like, give me a second, I'm gonna put some music on. Because I don't want her to feel like the technology is more important than her. No, I'm in your presence, you in my presence. Fuck the phone, we face to face. Back in the day, that was our social media. You feel what I mean? And I remember the human connection was a lot better. It was way better. Like I remember the days because why? We didn't have anything to hide. Now all of a sudden like, I can slide into your DM. Hit my DM for what? I don't want no direct message. The direct message is you face to face talking to one another. That's the connection that I want. And technology has taken it away from us. We can't even have a simple conversation for over longer than an hour. People want to say, what we going to talk about? Okay, what we going to talk about on social media for an hour? I don't want to use my damn fingers to have a long conversation. While I'm using my fingers to make a paragraph to talk to you, I could have had all of the words sent out of my mouth. You feel me? I like it old school style. So where as though we would meet up, we would sit on the steps and we would talk. Or we would be in the house sitting in the kitchen, having dinner face to face, looking at each other's eyes. You feel me? Laying next to one another, chilling. You know what I mean? You chilling with a woman chilling with a man. You laid up with one another. Y'all talk. Y'all got that connection. Technology is taking that away from us. Even on the dating scene now. You feel me? A date made you mad, you can just swipe past, move to the next one. You feel me? And social media is a hell of a drug now. Social media, it's like people, it's like you're not even following an actual real person. You're following a lot of times a fraud. You're following something that's not real. Technology, especially with the social media, it has made people self-esteem so low. Self-esteem is so low. You know what I mean? Social media anxiety is at an all-time high. It is an illusion. Social media is a big illusion and an addiction. of validation and clout chasing. Yes, you feel me? Technology, people have used it and abused it. And what I've seen on the social media dealing with technology, I've literally seen how people have gone crazy using technology. You know what I mean? To define themselves through a cell phone or computer screen. You can literally build yourself up on social media and become anything. Yup, it was like a social experiment and it worked. Yes, it did. It is taking people, you know what I'm saying, away from reality and authenticity. It's like a lot of people on social media are not authentic anymore. I mean, look at me. I'm in my room right about now. Wife beater on jeans, my cat backwards. Being real as I can, you feel me? Being authentic in front of y'all. Nowadays, look at what technology has done. Yes. Take away the happiness. Yep. All right, let me see. Their devices and campaigns against your sovereign will are intended upon entraining your minds to be alienated rather than engaged to hold tightly to a doctrine, rather to give space to other beliefs and to create your own suffering rather than nurturing peace than outdated sentiment, happiness. Some of you escape this manipulation, others drown in it. This has everything to do with how you use your minds and how you use your energies, and most importantly, how you use your attention to escape the jungle survival instinct in your pursuit of higher consciousness. If you were not enough, if you were not enough that they are constructing hordes of robotic devices, they had made it very clear to you too are going to eventually succumb to being altered and eventually lose your humanity to an implanted robotic mind. This future world is being imprinted on their technological abominations as being quote unquote the good of society. They have already been implanted bionic body parts into human beings, and here coming computer chips being inserted for time being just under the skin. From being chipped with a tracking device to having your cells implanted with information like an exterior, this downloads data into the computer. You are being prepared to accept that your exquisite minds are inferior to technology, and that it will be a requirement for your life if you wish to be vital and effective in the new world, or rather in the new world order. Thank you, Deborah Tyson. This question you need to ask yourself is this. Once you are all chipped and controlled by technology, will you still acquire your biological forms? You already see people engaging with robots for comfort, conversation, even sexual pleasure. Didn't I talk about the sex robots? They got robots for conversation, for comfort. They said, when will you be made obsolete and disposable? They got robot kitchens that can cook and clean for you. Hey, Aquarius love, yes. Look it up. They got robot dogs with sniper rifles. They got robot kitchens. You can program it into your cell phone, the recipe, and the robot will start cooking and cleaning. Yeah, you're right, Andre Mosley. Social media has people made antisocial. Thank you so much. It's made people so less social. That's right. It is real. Look it up. Look it up. Get them likes up, y'all. I ain't lying. Yes, right. They said, yes, right. Yup. The obvious direction of artificial intelligence will see your existence, mind, body, and soul inserted into a robotic version of the former you. If that sounds eccentric or overly paranoid, you are not paying attention to what is being created around you. Once your DNA is loaded into a robot or implants are embedded within you, and you accept artificial intelligence into your physical body, you are the robot. The robotic models being thrust upon you seem to being thrust upon you seems so utterly dark and foreboding, but actually they get templates standing up to you as models of a possible future that you may see down that you may I'm sorry of a possible future that you may or may not create. Some of you worship technology and cannot wait to integrate with the robotic techno world, as if on some level you believe it to be the only way to achieve immortality. Others seeking the other rounds of higher consciousness observe the emergence of artificial intelligence with indifference, using their exquisite minds to choose the loving path that defines the potential that lies before every being everywhere in every state of existence. However, you perceive this rapidly advancing reality, know this. You do truly need to start making the right choices right now. We who observe with love and concern believe that this means unplugging as much as you can and disallowing anyone or anything to penetrate your divine space with technological devices, gadgets, and microchips. Like they say, which means, like I told y'all, we gotta learn how to detect ourselves from technology, you know what I mean, for quite some time. Which means still know the human skills, which means we're going to have to start tapping in telepathy. We're going to have to start using our minds because, like I told y'all, it is getting so hot, it is messing with the power grids. They said it's going to be so hot. It has been so hot in Texas that is making the power grids mess up. The power grids, which means blackouts can come, which means technology can go down. So what are you, General Mosquito? So what are you going to do if technology go out? Hey, Queen Majesty, you feel me? Yeah, Deborah Ticey. I saw this. The robot. They literally use humans. You know what I mean, to program to use the robots like an actual chef. They showed the man. They showed this one guy went up to the screen and he went to it and he put in what he wanted, and they showed the robot making spaghetti. He programmed the recipe into the robot, and the robot literally pulled out the recipe in the food. You know what I mean? The robot pulled out all of the food for the spaghetti and started making it. The robot can make food from scratch. Yes, facts. Hey, Faith Israel. Literally, the robot can make food from scratch. You can program it into your smartphone, which means you can tell your robot kitchen that yes. You see what I mean? Thank you, Radicalize Online. You in tech, basically, as soon as you step out, you sweat. That's right. You heard Deborah Ticey. A lot of blackouts happen all over the world. July the 5th. Yup. Exactly. That's what I mean. Yup. We gonna be messed up. Get the likes of y'all. Get the likes of it. The power grid's messed up. You feel me? We gonna be in trouble. Yeah, Deborah Tyson is crazy. I've seen it on YouTube. Go up there right now. Put a robotic kitchen. Sister Ema, put the link in there. Hey, Jabo Reed. Yeah, I heard it's crazy in Texas. Where are my Texas folk at? Yo, I swear to God, they got a robot kitchen. Yes, it is out right now. You can look it up. Go look it up, and you can put up the link. Put up, yes, robotic kitchen. They showed the robot making the meal. And when it was done, it cleaned up the kitchen and then put the dishes in there and cleaned the dishes. Literally, I said, yo, what? A robot kitchen. Yeah. Sister Iman, tell him. Yes. The robot can cook and clean. That's what I'm saying, Queen Majesty, which means a lot of cooks gonna be out of business. That means a lot of people gonna be out of business. Yes, they got robot stockers. They got robot dogs. They got robot dog. Yo, the army got a robot dog packed in with a sniper rifle. A sniper. The robot, yo, I saw this, yo. Sister Emo, look it up and put the links in the chat. They showed the robot. Dink, 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 dink. Bam. Yes, yeah, I'm telling, yo, General Mosquito, I'm not lying. You think I'm laughing? Yo, I ain't laughing. It's a robot kitchen. Look it up. I just looked this stuff up. If you don't think man versus machine ain't real, you better go look this shit up. I've been looking it up. This shit is real. Technology ain't no fucking game. This shit is not a game. Robot kitchen. I believe so, Jabba Reed. Thank you, Maraku Ami. Japan dropped the video on one in the corner store. Tell them. Enlighten CJ, thank you. I know you heard of RoboCops. Oh yeah, RoboCop, yeah. Exactly right. Look at that. Maraku Ami said they working on strippers over there in China. They working on robots to where they can have literally skin, which means they're gonna have robots that look like that's gonna have real skin on them, like the Terminator. Y'all think this is a game? This ain't no game. This shit is real. Though the robot dog, yo, had a sniper packed in it. Look at drones. Telling you, before you know it, you're going to be seeing, before you know it, you're going to be seeing Optimus Prime and shit. Watch. You're going to be seeing some shit that you seen on RoboCop. Watch. That's going to be next. RoboCop going to be next for real. Thank you, Sister Ema, for putting up the link. They got sex robots, all that. Another thing as well, they started with the vibrators for women. A machine to get women off. Now they got sex robots for men. Then they're going to have it for women. Telling you. Y'all think it's a game. Man versus machine. Yep. Yeah, thank you, Chocolate Chocolate. Y'all, they got robot dogs for police. Yep, they sure do. Up in New York City. Can you imagine a robot dog coming at your doorstep? Yes, real talk. Yes. Robots can shoot guns. Wow. Yep. Yep, they said that includes photosynthesis tattoos, the new trend. They said they contain nanoparticles that you want as far as your skin is impossible. The decision of whether the decision of whether you will be on your own sovereign being or design a robot model of your former self begins with the firm intention to eliminate technology as best as you can from your world. And if you cannot resist, at the very least, keep it off your skin and by no means allow it to enter tissues and bloodstream. The chip, the tattoo, the nanoparticles in the bloodstream, bionic body parts, the holographic brain implants. This is not who you are, nor who you came to be. Thank you, Sister Iman, for putting up the links. You feel me? This is what they talking about. That was the chapter right there. You feel me? Yes, I just read that chapter right there. Hey, preconceived notions, yes. And that came from this book right here. Hey, Karima Shabazz. New Syrian Revelations right here by Patricia Corey. It's 100 degrees now in Yemenic, Arizona. Wow. You see what I'm saying? Yes. That's what it's doing. Yes. You don't, come on now, yo, and you don't think, that this stuff, and you don't think this stuff ain't real. Come on, you don't think, come on. Oh my gosh, look at this picture. Look at this picture. Remember the time the movie on Transformers 3 when I told you when they said our planets are colliding, when they wanted to bring their planet to Earth, and they said like Nibiru? Look at the picture. Doesn't it look like on a Transformers 3 movie? Yeah, Deborah Ticey, yup. They already talking going to be the hottest summer ever. Yup, look at that. Look at Transformers and look at this picture. And look at the chapter. Look at that. Get them likes up, y'all. Doesn't it look like that? Doesn't it look like that? That scene right there. Look at that. Look at that chapter when the Sentinel wanted to bring the planet to Earth. The Sentinel really had it right. See, they always make the villain look wrong, but the villain is right. Thank you, Karima Shabazz, Sister Iman. Thank you, sisters. Should I go into this chapter? Should I go into this chapter? Oh yeah, Myra Croft, remember that one as well. Get the likes up, y'all. And Sister Iman got the links inside of the chat. Thank you, Sister Iman. Thank you, Sister Iman, for putting up the links. Should I go into this chapter? Should I go into this chapter? Who shall inherit the earth? Huh. All right, let me drink some water real quick. All right, I'm gonna go on this right here. They said to elaborate further, the imminent process of solar ascension, it is essential that we first dispel any erroneous concept now circulating via alternative information networks and amongst metaphysical communities, and very possible lingering in your own mind, which we do humbly address here with due respect and consideration of your free will. I like the way to start off. Even amongst metaphysical communities. You know how we say some people come with that spiritual stuff? Some of that stuff be real spooky and spaced out and stuff like that. Real weird. You even gotta watch some of these metaphysical people. Some of them are spooked out. You feel me? Some of them are real spooked out. Real talk, if you know what I mean. It revolves around the somewhat popular misunderstanding that Earth is alone ascending, and only a part of it at that. It is a rather curious idea, but rather they are still those who perceive Earth as the center of the universe. This theory sees your sphere splitting into two separate worlds, forever independent of each other, with two diametrically opposed destinies. In this modern day rendition of your ancient judgment books and the values they impose, quote unquote, the good earth, whereby select souls have made some sort of quote unquote grade and moved up, will be ascended to the fifth or higher dimensions, bypassing the fourth altogether. The other bound to darkness of evil beings and unruly hordes of the unenlightened will be unreparably destroyed and die a lingering death deed its due punishment from all the wrongs that its inhabitants perpetuated in response to their fear, indifference, and violence, and taking all of those souls deemed quote unquote unworthy down along with it. After so many millennia, this rhetoric, no matter how it has been redressed, should sound similar familiar to you. Although the terminology has changed, it is the replay of an established paradigm: heaven versus hell, good versus evil, and reward over punishment. The parameters of the judgment system, whereby a force outside of you deems you worthy or not, have been rewritten into a new script, but it is the same ancient story, a tried and tested tale of religious fervor, which to this day is intent upon controlling societies into determined behaviors. You notice that How they always gotta have it in religion, heaven versus hell. Oh, you do this and this and this, you're going to hell. You do this and that, you're going to hell. If you do this and this and this, the ancestors gonna get you. You do this and this and this, the ancestors gonna get you. The ancestors gonna get you. You do this and that, the devil gonna get you. You do this and that, you know what I'm saying? You're going to hell. You're going to hell. If you do this and that, you're going to hell. People use that shit to control you. People use religion to control you. Religious narcissism and spiritual narcissism. These made up bullshit concepts to keep you in control, to keep you thinking outside of the box. And it really make you wonder, is sin even real? Like Pastor Troy asks, how do you know what is bad is really good and really good is bad? Just like how they doing in the media. They tell you this person is good, but tell you this one is bad. But tell you this one is bad and tell you this one is good. Like how they always give you, they give you our heroes. They tell you the ones that are good. But the ones that are good, that is bad. But the ones that are bad are the ones that are really good. Exactly, brainwashing. Like heaven and hell are conditions of life. This earth we live in, it is hell. Like Mobb Deep said it best on the album, Hell on Earth. But you can create this heaven. But they have told us, we've been brainwashed with these concepts. We've been brainwashed that we gotta die to go to heaven. Like how they tell us in the black church. You do this and this, you're going to hell. You do this and this, you'll get your reward in heaven. Got having enough people ready to die just so they can go to heaven to enjoy their life. Telling people they gotta suffer on earth just so they can enjoy heaven when they die. Why, you know what I mean? Telling people you gotta suffer while you here. You gotta long suffer. Like how their Savior did. So you can enjoy the afterlife. It ain't nothing wrong being fearless of death, but while you're here on earth, enjoy it. People have made up in the brainwashing people to be victims in their mind. To, you know what I mean, to succumb to this hell and not build the heaven while they on this earth. You feel what I mean? Right, Deborah Ticey, nonsense. With these made up religious concepts and bullshit. I feel you, Kareem Shabazz. I'm the same way. That's why a lot of our generation, like Generation X and Millennials and Generation Z, we don't go to church. Even quite a few baby boomers, we don't go to church. Like they say, the parameters of the judgment system. You feel me? Here it is. It imposes guilt and chastisement through systematic rules over moral conduct and the salvation of the soul through obedience, while impinging upon the sovereignty of one and all beings. It allows tolerance for any other belief system but its own, and it incites human spirit to destroy, torture, and kill in the name of its self-serving righteous principles and the established Godhead of choice. Let me put it down for a minute. You know how it is in every religion, there's a God. Christians, God. You know what I mean? Jehovah Witness, Jehovah. In Islam, Allah. You feel me? Exactly. My God is better than yours. My church better than yours. We are the real church. Or I'm an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh. I'm Nation of Islam. You know what I mean? We pray to Allah. You know what I'm saying? In the spiritual community, we call it the Creator. Metaphysical community, we call it the Creator. You feel me? All these different names and aspects, which is nothing but different names for the Creator. But then they got us divided through religion and beefing. And we will kill one another in the name of Allah. Kill each other in the name of Yahweh. Kill each other in the name of Jehovah. Debate each other who has the right knowledge. Oh, I'm a Moor. I'm 5%. I'm Christian. I'm Muslim. I'm Nuwapian. I'm Israelite. I'm RBG. You feel me? I'm this, I'm that. I'm this. We got the right, we got the truth. We got the right truth. We got this truth. We got the real truth. You know how they be. Like they say, they establish Godhead of choice. Look at the names. Every religion has a name for God, the Godhead of choice. And as an aside and digressing for a moment from the discussion of the split earth theory, we remind you that it is religion that is being used to stir irrational behaviors and hatred between you. Not to say that. Confirming. An unholy war is in place, deliberately and methodically imposed upon you in order to render you subservient in accepting the punishment imposed by its self-appointed minions. It is a branch of the secret government. Fanatic religion has always been and always will be the most powerful behavior modification tool of the authority, for it churns at your very sense of existence and pretends to know all answers to the questions what is happening inside of you and what events are outside of your control. It tells you that alone knows God and that his narrative is the only true story of creation. Everything outside confines it. Its dogma is a lie, and all do not. I mean, all who do not bow down to its command are infidels and hence enemies by default. The judgment system inherent in almost in all religion has carried over into variations in earlier themes through creative interpretations from your meta philosophers who attest to the existence of two primary parallel timelines, one positive where Earth flourishes, the other negative where Earth darkness accelerates out of control, taking everything with it through endless suffering on the way to a violent, scorching death. They say with you know of energy, resonance in the oneness of all things, won't you agree the idea of Gaia, the non-judgmental, quintessential mother, behaving in a such way as to determine which human beings are worthy and which are not, in this very least questionable? They say you surely cannot believe the exquisite and bountiful soul of your planet is capable of such judgmental parenting, serving up punishment and condemnation for the unworthy souls that are not attuned to a high enough frequency to take part in their home planet's evolution. Ask yourself this: would any celestial being as beautiful as Gaia, um, one that exhibits such incredible spectrum of light and vital life force, condemn any part or reflection of herself to perennial darkness or destruction and finally to her own demise? In other words, are you to believe that there can be never be healing the darkness and a resolution of polarity? What of the children? Would they be judged for their potential evil intentions or inappropriate behaviors? And in I'm sorry, in other life forms of the planet, what of them? What ill-fated animals will be thrown to the wolves, which will be free to roam to the new unblemished earth? The return of the Garden of Eden, which birds or flowers will be scorched in the fire evils of hell? What others will be graced? What others will be graced with a heavenly world, where good rains and unblemished shine like sculpted diamond in the heavens? They said Noah 21st century ark has already left for Mars, carrying the DNA of every species of flora and fauna, so perhaps that it is not consideration for the dichotomy of the two Earth hypothesis. This theory of Earth divided does not represent the multi-dimensional universe as it will have you believe. No doubt there exists a parallel universe, a parallel Earth, whose outcome is reflective of the synthesis of quote-unquote evil, for there's always a great spectrum of energies on the material plane, but we do not see Earth twinning of the two polar aspects of itself, where all our humans have earned either their reward or punishment. That just not them. That just that this just not this just This just that this just does not fit the design of the cosmic progression. I'm sorry, I get a little tongue tied. I'm sorry, I get a little tongue tied. I'm sorry. Let me get some water real quick. I'm sorry. Man, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yep. They said there is not now and never there will be an evil earth that is separated from a strictly good, pure loving earth in polar opposition. This concept reflects conviction still carved into a certain individual's consciousness that people are basically good or evil. That is such a very limited way of looking at the world. For there's a constant rebalancing of vibration in your lives, weighing the values of your own morality against those opposed upon you. Inevitably, they are light and dark reflections, perpetually seeking resolution in your soul, just as they are in the souls of others. Gaia, the celestial deity and spirit essence of Earth, is integral. Through so many billions of years of her physical presence in the material universe, she has nurtured life and exalted its magical imprint upon her own body. She does not fear the shadow, she heals it. She will never see an evil blade of grass. There's only growth. In its cyclical experience, birthing, blooming, wanting, and passing, burying its seed for the season that follows, and then the cycle repeats, and then again, then again. Nothing short of a thermonuclear holocaust, an all-out final war that is so ferocious that it literally blows the planet apart, can possibly destroy the Earth. We're such we're such a scenario to occur in a solar system that was not ascending, and those hypothetical bits and pieces will be ejected out into space and will slowly, over time, mutate, evolve, and rebirth the seed of life and the spirit carried through it. It's a word to occur in the near future. Before you ascend, the same parcels of Earth will simply experience themselves in another form of design where they will face the karma that will cause them to separate, and they will heal much more rapidly once the karmic responsibility has been resolved. Children of Gaia, if you still have not filled your heaven and hell, if you still have not had your fill of heaven and hell scenarios, and you're looking to recreate them in the future context for yourselves or for humanity at large, search no further than your own experience, your own memories, the emotions with which you carry them forward in your relationships to Earth itself. If you dream of a heavenly utopia created now, observe it, memorize it, and live with it with your own heart, wide open. It is woven into the tapestry of nature. If you only will stop to listen to the sounds of bird song and to smell of flowers, spend more time in the woodland or walking along the shore, far from the urban jungle and away from programs that push you into fear and the hopelessness, which means going to nature. Hold on, guys. Today's agenda. Got the suitcase up in the center. Go to room 112. Tell them Blanco Center. Feeling strangers. If no money exchanges, I got these kids and rangers. To leave them niggas brainless. They call it. Hey, I'm back, y'all. You heard the ringtone, Gram 7? I'm back. Fear and to fear hell, well, we shall not invite you to create that. Just remember that you create your own reality and you carry it with you and train it to its vibration. Man, this is deep. You feel what I'm saying? This is real heavy stuff right here. Oh man, I'm glad we could stream. Oh man. This is from this book right here. You feel what I'm saying? Because, man, this is what's going on. That's what's going on right there. You feel me? Because, oh man, it's probably, if I don't come later tonight, I might try to come tonight because look at this chapter. You understand? Oh man, this has been another lot in front of us, man. Yo, it's a whole lot that's going on and that is happening in front of us, yo. If these things are happening right about now, man, we, it's going to be a hot summer, and like this is the power grids. I mean, and then like $10, it's going to be going up to like $10 for real. That's right, which means I'm telling you, this summer, man, you might not be able to open your damn blinds. You might have to keep your blinds closed all day. Because I know before the call, we was in here deep, but started buffering. Yeah. So, fam, give me a few minutes. I'm going to start this over, okay? So, this going to conclude this talk right here on this particular topic. You feel what I'm saying? On this particular topic. So, fam, give me about a few minutes. I'm actually going to change up the topic, but this concludes this topic right here. You know what I'm saying? Because I see that they